The BCCI is currently undergoing a lot of transition. You may think, am I mistaking the Indian cricket team with it? No. Apparently, there is a major churn happening in the selection panel that is going on in the BCCI at this point in time. Now, you have to understand the chronology of the events that's taking place, because yesterday, AajTak, the chief selector, got a contract extension until June 2026. Remember, his contract was supposed to end this year as well, but now he's gotten a contract extension until June 2026. And on the basis of that now, the BCCI in their official press release have advertised for 2 national selectors. So that means 1 or 2 zones are getting replaced. One, we know for sure that South Zone is definitely getting replaced at this point in time. But what is the other zone? That has not been specified. But in the women's panel, a complete overhaul, 4 positions have been advertised. And that is why there is no representation from South Zone at this point in time in the women's team. And now it is going to be very, very interesting, because the women's selection panel picked the entire team for the Women's World Cup that will take place in September. Now, to just have an idea, what is the selection churn all about? You have to understand who are our selectors at this point in time, in addition to AajTak, who is the chairman of selectors. Shiv Sundar Das is Central Zone. Subroto Banerjee is East Zone. Sridharan Sharath is South Zone. And Ajay Ratra is North Zone. Now, Sharath's tenure is coming to an end this September, and that is why his replacement is being sought after. When you look at the women's zone, Neetu David is the chief women's selector, and she was there when she picked the team at this point in time. In others, there is Aarti Vaidya, Shama Shaw, and Renu Margaret. Renu Margaret, if you remember, was also a veteran women player, and that is why in the 90s, when you look at it, she was there as one of the chief Indian players at this point in time. Neetu David, who will ever forget her 8-wicket haul? So that is why all 4 are getting replaced. Now, according to a report in Times of India, Pragyan Ojha might be the selector from South Zone. That is the thing that we're getting at, because at the age of 38, Pragyan Ojha is really one of the youngest that we've got when it comes to the South Zone situation at this time. What happens to Sharath then? Sharath then will go into the junior selection panel, which is currently headed by Tilak Naidu. So that is why Ojha comes in, Sharath goes to junior. That is the current trend that we are looking at this point in time. So major churn happening even in the selection panel as well. 2 positions in the men's selection panel, 4 positions for the women's panel, and apparently Pragyan Ojha is one of the candidates when you have to look at it. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.